Good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia Taylor of P. Taylor Consulting, and welcome to another afternoon of Wellness Wednesday 3 questions. It's just basically where I have 3 people on and I ask them 3 questions about mental health treatment, and anything mental health related. For the month of April, we're focusing on men's mental health. And so today I'm interviewing someone, I'm asking them 3 questions, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to my guest?
All right, my name is Gary Taylor. I was born and raised in Gary, Indiana. From all over the Midwest. I'm an educator, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm an uncle. I'm a supporter of everything African American, the culture, the struggle, the people. Historian,
Okay.
pretty much it.
All right. Well, welcome. I'm glad to have you on today on Wellness Wednesday 3 questions. So that's the first question. I just basically ask people to introduce themselves. The second question is, why is mental health important?
Well, I think it's important because it doesn't get talked about enough. It's important because you never know how somebody's feeling. You never know how somebody's affected by it. We all need to have these conversations and these talks, and these talks can go a long way, just educating people about mental health and helping them with their mental health. It's very important in everybody's everyday lives.
Absolutely.
That's why I think it's important.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that perspective. Last question, and this is probably the most important question of the day, because again, for April, we're focusing on men's mental health. And so my question to you is, why is it oftentimes difficult for men to seek out mental health treatment? Why is it hard for them to talk about mental health?
That's sexist. Are you asking me that because I am a man? I'm just playing.
Yes, that's exactly why. Yes. Last week we had a special guest. Next week we're going to have another special guest. And yes, I'm focusing on mental health. So yes.
Yeah. Honestly, because some things can be hard to talk about. I recently shared a few things with a sister of mine. We both work in the education field, and I was struggling with some things, and just us being close. I finally came out and told her some things about that I struggle with, my mental health. But it's tough for guys because it can be embarrassing, because we're looked at as strong, agile leaders, providers, and some of the stuff can, like I said, it can be a little bit embarrassing. It can be just hard to talk about. But I think getting it out helps you. And then another thing is the way I look at things is, okay, I'm suffering from a few things, but I know I'm not the only one. And that kind of helps me a little bit. And I think that will help open up the conversation more, because especially with the guys, because we get together and have the open conversation and dialogue. You never know. You're like, man, I didn't know you was gonna do that. I go through things like that. You know what I mean? So, and then I feel like I have a brother-in-law who I'm close to, and just we're getting of age, and just talking to him helps a lot too. It's important to talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Somebody that doesn't judge, and you just never know. That conversation can spark up some other things, and it's all for the better. So I hope that I was able to answer your question a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another reason, that's the reason why we do this, just to talk about some of the stigmas behind mental health and mental illness treatment, especially for men, again, for this month. So basically what I hear you saying is sometimes it can be difficult to talk about. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. And also the final point is kind of what I thought, or what I got is, if you start talking about it, you never know what other people are going through. And so to build a community around talking about men's mental health is very important. So, with that, that's our Wellness Wednesday 3 questions. I really want to thank you for opening up and sharing your story, a little bit about your story, because by doing that, you're helping to eliminate the stigma behind mental illness and mental illness treatment. So I really appreciate your time.
Okay. Well,
This has
thank you
been-
for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been Wellness Wednesday, 3 questions. Again, every Wednesday, I ask my guests to answer 3 important questions about mental health. If you would like to be a guest, please feel free to contact me at 262-207-4130. Happy Wellness Wednesday and be well. Thank you.